But I cried. Obviously, anyone spends any time away from the kids for more than a week or more than a day, obviously it's emotional. But coming away with everything we've worked for as a family and as a team, it's great to obviously see that pay off. And it was a great moment that I'll remember for the rest of my life. Just be a normal person for a second. Being normals, I think, is very important. And as an athlete, just stop continuously pushing. We're always trying to break barriers. We're always trying to do something different. And now it's time to relax and challenge myself in a different way. I've got some exciting things coming up, so we'll just look forward to that. I think so, and I think being the first event, it's always a great opportunity to get the team rolling. And I think, obviously, as soon as you do that, the rest of the team believes. And I think if they believe in themselves, then their individual process and their individual performance will take care of itself. And that's exactly what happened. And I think it's very important to be in charge of that. Not really. I think because obviously I'm going to take a break, I'll come back with a lot more fury and a lot more fire. And I think if I've got that, then and I've got my fitness and I've got my technique and I've got everything that makes me happy, I think I'll be more dangerous than ever, and that's when I don't really feel pressure. But Olympics is different in a 4-year quad, but it's very different when you add an extra year onto that. So it's we're just getting used to that, I guess. My own space. I've missed my own space, but I don't think I'll get much of that now with George. Food, just time, my own hobbies, just being at home. I love being at home. It's very important to me, and but I'll miss the team. It's Olympic blues, right? And we'll just, I don't know, just sleep. Give me sleep. Always planned, yeah. Always planned. So, you look at a 4-year quad, you look at a 5-year quad, and you look at sustainability and kind of continuous progression. There's got to be a break. You can't do all the highs without the lows, some of the lows, and you can't continually push without taking a break. And for me, it's going into obviously the next 3 years. I knew going into this game that I need a break. I need a long term away from the pool, and I knew that was going to happen. So when I saw those comments, people don't really understand how hard it is to be an athlete, and that's nothing against them. They're just not athletes. But unless you're in this world, it's very hard to understand. And if you're putting this amount of effort and this amount of love and this passion and this energy, it takes so much from you. And refueling that every now and then, it's a great thing. And I think a lot of athletes should be inspired, if not take themselves on a forced rest, because that way they'll know if it works or not. Yeah, if you don't care about the humans behind it and the people behind it and their individual journeys, then what's the point? I think if you put the individual before the medals, they want to get you the medals. And we're not asking for an enormous amount, we're just asking for a little bit of a break. And some people don't understand that, some people do. I've had a lot of support, but obviously some of the comments are like, you don't deserve it. I'm like, okay, have you lived with me for the last 7 years? No. So it's like, you don't understand, and that's fair enough. I'm not, I don't hate anyone for having those opinions. It's an opinion at the end of the day. But at the same time, I know exactly what's best for me. And I think in sport, we are entering a new era of not only just trying to get short-term success and absolutely just go for it. We're okay, how do we sustain that over 10 years? How do we sustain that over 20 years? And some of the greatest players and athletes in the world sustain it over a very, very long time. And that's because they look after themselves first.
As for top sport in the pool?
That'd be very, very hard. Their talent pool, their funding, investment, the whole kind of a league and NCAA's is just outrageously bigger than ours. But never say never. If you want to obviously strike fear into America, it's a 4x1 men's medley because they've never lost it. So that's the last event of the games in terms of swimming. But they put up an amazing fight yesterday. Somehow it was yesterday. It feels like 10 days ago. But they put up an amazing challenge, and I'm looking forward to obviously Paris and how we can improve our own performance and own process to potentially win that one day. I think, from my personal opinion, you can't paint a whole nation with one brush. I think it's just very wrong, very disrespectful in terms of my point of view. So, some of my best mates in sport are Russian. Some of my, I get on with the Chinese. I get on with everyone, and everyone points a finger at them as a nation for doping. But doping obviously has no place in sport. But it's up to the federations, up to the governing bodies. It's up to FINA, IOC to say, look, if you get caught doping once, here's a 2-year ban, 4-year ban. If you get done twice, that's it. I think that's fair.